A major heart attack in 2020, followed by a stroke 2 years later, prompted our next guest to give the boot to cardiovascular disease. Retired professional football player Dan Giancola joins us. Dan, the heart attack came while you were doing a workout session, virtual workout session.
Yeah. Like you said, May 20th, 2020, I was teaching online. I wanted to do something special for people, so I went online and I did it for free, no charge. On that date, it was probably about 6,000 people online. It was crazy.
And they didn't witness you going into the heart attack. It's
No.
something that you experienced, but you knew something was wrong in the last few minutes.
Oh yeah, the last 10 minutes, I felt like I had the flu, and I just thought to myself, okay, I got 10 minutes left. I'll never forget. It was 10 to 11, and by the grace of God, I got through it, and checked out of Facebook, and then next thing I know, everything just went crazy,
They brought you up to Hamilton.
Brought me up to Hamilton.
Did you go right into surgery?
Right into surgery. They cut my clothes off in the parking lot, literally in the parking lot. And they raced me right through the middle of the emerge. And they put me on the bed. And next thing you know, my arm's out to the side. I felt what felt like to be like water. It was blood. They went in there with it. And they told me, they said I was having what they call a widowmaker. And they told me I should have died at the studio. I shouldn't even made it.
Dan, you're a fitness buff. You're not only that, you're a fitness guru. People turn to you for help with their own fitness.
Yeah.
You're one of the last people that people would think would have a heart attack.
I blew up the internet. I legit blew up the internet. When the opening here, when we were talking about people not knowing, they didn't know. Next thing you know, my wife's posting on Facebook and saying, please say a prayer for my husband. He's in the hospital. He's had a heart attack. And they're like, what are you talking about? He just did it this morning. So it was scary, man. I'm very, very blessed to still be here. That's for sure.
For you, back through your family, this is hereditary.
Oh yeah. My dad had a heart attack. His brother had a heart attack. Their dad, my grandfather, died in Italy of a heart attack, and my mom's dad, my grandfather, died on a plane at 57 years old of a massive heart attack. So, unfortunately, it's like they say, a hot knife through butter in my family. Cardiovascular disease.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now I know that you've done a gala for many years, but you've sort of picked and chose which organizations that those galas were raising funds for.
Yeah.
You're now committed to your own organization here.
Yeah.
And putting that money towards cardiovascular disease.
Yeah. You know what, man? It's kind of like a promise that I made to my mom when I was like 6 years old. I told her, believe it, at 6 years old, I had this, but I said, Mom, if I want to play a professional sport with my name and number on a jersey, and I'll be the best role model ever. Now, what I knew about role models, who knows? But it's something I've wanted to give back after playing the years of playing professional football. I was part of Sick Kids. And I felt a big void and just made a decision. You know what? I was a kicker. One of my committee people said, hey, give the boot. And I thought, okay, well, every year we'll do something different. So this year is give the boot to cardiovascular disease.
And you want to keep this money right here in Niagara Health to beef up, I guess, what kind of resources we have here for people like yourself.
Well, man, I think one of the things that really, I remember the ECG. When I was in there and I took the ECG, the ECG was what dictated, wow, we got to get you to the hospital now.
Right.
I went to the hospital and I was able to talk to Dr. Pinella and Dr. Hamid. Dr. Pinella is my cardiologist, and she's like at the top. And Dr. Hamid is the top. And I said, do me a favor, give me a wish list. And one of the things that really stood out was they need 4 ECGs. I think they need a couple in St. Catharines, one in Niagara Falls. And I says, give me a price. And it's about $15,000, and amazing. We've raised $10,000 without having a gala right now, which is absolutely amazing. We had a couple trivia nights. I did a big boot camp outside. We've been able to raise $10,000. So it's really exciting that I want to do this for them, and I want to be able to say thank you. So it means a lot to me.
Give us some details about the gala.
Gala is April 22nd at the Stone Mill Ballroom at Johnny Rocco's. Tickets are $80 per ticket, $800 for a table of 10. Doors open at 5 o'clock. We're going to have a very small silent auction that night. And yes, there's going to be dancing. DJ Domino is going to be there. And David Andrea is going to be singing throughout the dinner, and he sings Dean Martin. So I'm really excited. It's something a little bit different for me. We've already, in a week and a half, we've already sold 18 tables. And honestly, I was expecting maybe to sell 10 tables in 2.5 months.
Right.
And we're at 18 right now. So we have up to 20. But we know that we can slip in. Tony Visca is very good with me, and we know we could probably slip in a few more tables. So yeah, you know, they can contact myself at 905-371-4213.
After the stroke and
Yeah.
the heart attack, how have you changed your life? What are you doing any differently?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No. The key to success is to live. And I don't want to cry because I promised myself I wasn't going to cry. When you go through something really traumatic and you almost died twice, like 7 months ago, I had a massive stroke, and I should have died twice, and I'm still here, and by the grace of God. So
And you were alone.
I was alone. I was all alone, man. It's the most scariest thing in the world, thinking that you're saying to yourself, God, please don't let this be. You know, this is the way I go. And thank God somebody walked in. One of my friends walked in and called the ambulance right away, and they got me to the hospital, and they gave me the shot. I think TPI or something like that, but it's like a clot buster.
Right.
And thank God, the one doctor said to me when I got out of the CAT scan, said to me, you know, Mr. Giancola, you're what we call best case scenario, and I should be either dead. I should either be paralyzed or a vegetable right now, and there's no chance in hell I would be sitting here talking to you guys about anything right now because I wouldn't be able to talk.
Well, Dan, we're glad that you're
Thank
here
you.
and that you're alive and
Thank
that you're
you.
helping out.
Thank you.
How can people get tickets for the gala?
Yeah, just contact 905-371-4213. That's the best way to do it. Another number you can reach is 289-296-9488. And like I said, just leave a message if you happen not to get me. Those are my numbers, and I got no problem giving them out because you know I really want to sell this thing out. If I can get more than one ECG, I would love to do it. So that's our goal.
Thanks for joining us, Dan.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.